Hey guys, in today's video, we're gonna go deep into the topic of an iron-on applique or a hand-sewn trim pre-purchased applique. So the overall look that we're going for with this topic is an embroidered trim, something that looks really couture, but is simple to achieve. So when I'm out shopping and I'm looking for trims or pre-purchased appliques, I'll look at the detail and the scale of the individual parts of those designs. Sometimes, like in this example here, this has a lot of floral and vine work in it. Some of these flowers are too big for me to use on the doll project that I will be working with, but a lot of them are small enough, so I know I can cut this apart and use a lot of it, and then I can save the other larger pieces and maybe they'll come into play later. The same idea goes into shopping for trims or fabrics that have applique work on them. And I've gone to a specialty fabric store and bought this fabric, which was actually really expensive by yardage, but I knew I didn't need very much. So I could get 1/8 of a yard, and even though the fabric might have been like $80 a yard, it wasn't that expensive, and I actually have a bunch to work with of these different flowers and applique type designs. All right, so let's get started. Here's the supplies that you're gonna need to do an iron-on or hand-sewn embroidered applique. So I have in front of us right here a couple packages of some iron-on applique, and these are just vines and flowers, some color, some black, and then we have some iron-on rhinestones or studs right here. And so these ones are sheets of the same color, or you can get one that has a lot of different ones in it. And then from this, I'll frequently take something like this because it has so many sizes and colors, and then I actually use these and make my own designs. So I'll just peel this off, and then from the back side, I'll pull them off and I'll set them on a new sticky backing and create the design that I'm looking for. So then that way it gives me a lot of options for just purchasing one iron-on set. Now the other supplies that we have here are a small pair of scissors, good for clipping the threads really close to the fabric, hand sewing needles, tweezers are really helpful, especially with the iron-on studs, and sometimes for picking things up, and also sometimes just for kind of holding it down if you're getting close to it with an iron. Then fray check is good if you're trimming into the trims or fabric version of embroidered designs, and steam a seam if you're using one that isn't already an iron-on. And then this pressing tool is also good, like the tweezers, to just kind of hold things in place as the iron is getting close to it. Then of course you're going to need an iron and an ironing board, and then some items to embellish. And we have a few samples here. We've got some overalls, a Hello Oscar dress, Clara top, tank top, jeans, or a denim jacket. And then over here I have some examples of some embroidered designs that come on fabric or on trim that do not have the iron-on backing on them. So let's take a closer look at these. This is a specialty fabric. You can get this in the bridal section, and they cut this for me very carefully. If you notice here, you can see that it's kind of cut on a curve. They were pretty generous to me to give me that small cut, but instead of cutting through the designs, they cut around them. So I have sections of embroidered designs that are just on this tool like netting, and then I can go ahead and I can either cut this whole thing out and use it, or I can cut parts of it and use it. And if I'm cutting through the stitching, that's where I'll go ahead and use fray check or something like that, just to be sure that none of it unravels. And then we also have some trims here that are coordinating, and you can see on here that these ones are the same color, and this comes trim on a spool and it's measured by the yard, and it has really intricate design and bead work that is done all along it. So I can use this as well as some of these larger designs together to create something similar to what we put on the side of the Hello Oscar dress. So I have that one, and then I also have this one, which is similar, but it's a different shape and it has some smaller flowers, so I can mix in these larger flowers and the smaller flowers, and I can set those next to or use these larger ones to cover the seams and connect it all to create a nice design down the side of a dress. Now here's another example of a Hello Oscar dress, and this was the sample garment from the actual pattern. So this one came together a little bit more quickly, and then the detail work down the side on this one is much simpler. It's just large embroidered trim pieces that have been overlapped in sort of like a fanned out design, and these are all hand sewn down, but this one goes on fairly quickly. So if we take a closer look at the original dress or this version that we did for Eloine, you can see here that we have a much more intricate detailed work. So to do a design similar to the Hello Oscar side of that dress, I'll just show you how we will take parts of this and we'll cut it fairly close, and I'll come back in actually and trim really close once I have this off of this yardage. Now I've gone ahead and I've set this one next to it just so I can gauge the size of the design. And then here I have a starting point, and you can see here we've got some larger flowers, and then we're going to use a lot of these little ones. And if I want to keep them intact, then I would go in and I think I'm just going to trim off this inside curved edge so that all I have left are these outside flowers. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to trim right inside here, and I'm trimming off, I want this side. This side I'm not sure that I'm going to use yet. So this side has the flowers and the little beads. So I'm just going around and I'm trimming this off, trying to not cut through that side of the design. And then I can use those placed how I would like. And then these become a little bit more pliable, and I can hand sew them down in the shape and design that I'd like. So here I have one little piece, and I'm going to use that along with some of these flowers. And I think this design as it sits, if this was on the side, it's not exactly going in the right shape, and I can try it kind of either way. I think what I might do is actually cut this apart so I can kind of piece it together a little bit differently. So now I have two pieces, and if I'd like to, I can kind of overlap them as I'm sewing them, and they'll go a little bit straighter up and down this side panel. So then I'll have those like that, and I'm going to come in and I'm going to fill in with these little flowers and the beadwork along the sides. Now this might seem time consuming, but honestly it's saving a ton of time to do all this embroidery design by hand. It still takes a lot of time to hand sew it all down, but it's still not as much time. Now if your fabric is a dark color, so for this dress we had used a dark navy blue, and then the embroidered design that went on it was also a navy blue. So then this tool becomes pretty invisible. So you can trim it close, but you don't have to trim it all the way off. And then once you start hand sewing it down, it begins to disappear. And then once you have that applied and it's hand sewn down, you can tack it down, and then you can use the smaller flowers around the edges, and those have a nice finished edge. So you can start sewing those down as your edge work. And then you have the embroidered design and then the little flowers along the edge, and then you just begin to shape it as you go. And then as you can see here, the end result is fantastic. It comes together very nicely. It silhouettes her shape really nicely. You can work with the shape of the doll, and it really kind of all comes together to create a really high-end couture look. And here's one other look. This is a nice bright color, so it's easy to see, but we have this like mauve colored dupioni, which is a really pretty silk fabric. And then this embroidered fabric that we can use to overlay. So it has some amazingly intricate beadwork. It's very pretty, it's very delicate. And we can cut this apart either to overlay like an entire bodice of a dress, and then you add this sort of glitz and glamour up on the bodice, and then the skirt could just be just the fabric, or it could overlay the whole thing. You can use it actually like something like this, because it's stripes. You could take the stripes and you could use them to create some other sort of visual interest on a bodice by adding sections that stripe in from the sides and create a really nice slimming silhouette. There are a lot of options. So when you see fabrics like these, I would scoop them up. And even if they're expensive, like I mentioned, you can get small pieces like this, which is just 1/4 of a yard. And then you have plenty to work with for a variety of projects. The iron-on applique is much simpler. It just comes down to being able to find something that you really like. I think there's a smaller selection of things like this out there. So finding something that has the right scale and proportion and the right color and all that might be a little bit more challenging, but it is much easier to put on because these pieces, you can peel them right off here. And you can see here this sheen on the back is the iron-on adhesive. So this is ready to go. You could put it on as is, but if you look at this flower right here, this is pretty big. It's probably a little over 1 inch, which I don't think I'd stick that on the doll clothes items. These little tiny ones are perfect, and the little vines are good. You could cut in some more from the package and add more flowers, or just add some sequins or something like that, or a few hand embroidered additions to that if you needed to add more to fill in the space. So to add these items, I'm going to go ahead actually and just clip it. I just want just these 2 little orange flowers. So I'm just going to come right in here and cut these off. And now I have just these 2 little ones. And I'm looking at adding those to a pair of overalls. And these are smaller. They're for a 14.5 inch welly wisher. So they have little tiny pockets on the back and littler front pockets and littler details and proportion than on an 18 inch doll, but it's still pretty similar. But I could take these and I could place them here, maybe just on the one side. And then on the back, I could do some sort of other design just to sort of complement it on the reverse side. Or I could put them up here on the bib, and I could do some larger design. I could use more of this vine and have it kind of come down the side of the bib. Still not using this flower, but just playing around with ideas. The flower on there is really cute. And if I apply that like that, I could even come in and add a few little sequins from my sequin studs and just put those in to add, or I could cut off a few more orange flowers or this little yellow one and have that add onto it as well. So as you can see, the variety of ideas, I mean, it's kind of up to the designer. The possibilities are endless, and you can create whatever combination you would like. Another example of something that you could do is the back of a denim jacket, and you could have one big embellishment, or you can do the flower and the vine type technique and it could be up over the yoke. That would be really cute. You could take something like this and have it on here, just maybe this yellow flower or yellow and a pink, and have them together in some way, or mirrored on the other side and coming over the shoulder down to the front area would be cute as well. On the 18-inch doll jeans, you have a much larger pocket area to play around with. So on that one, you could take the iron-on studs, cut a single row, and place them all along this top edge and press them down. Or you could create some sort of intricate design, and you can mark this with a pen, and then you can place them on there and iron them down as well. Or you can also use some of these in a larger combination and have a little bit more detail on the back pocket, since you have much more room to play around with. Now, to apply the iron-on applique is super simple. Now, these welly wisher overalls are too narrow to fit over my sleeve board, so I have a piece of fabric rolled up real tight and it's shoved inside there just to hold this nice and firm. And I'm going to position this how I want it, which for these ones, I'm going to put it right on the corner of this pocket. And then I have a press cloth just to cover it so that I don't melt any of the thread. And I press from the top for about 10 seconds or so, and that will just help set it. And then once we have that set, we'll go ahead and press from the inside for an additional like 15 or 20 seconds just to make sure that that glue is really secure. Then to finish this off, because I know this is going to get played with because it's for a child's toy doll. I'm just gonna go inside here and tack down. I have coordinating thread, which is like a rust orange color. And I'm just gonna tack down a few of these little outside edges of these little petals. So you can see right here, I'm gonna come up right through that petal from the back, and then I'll just try to go in the direction of the stitching. And you only need to do this like 1 or 2 times, one on each edge of the petal, and I think it will be fine. It won't fall off. It is glued down, but because it'll get played with and potentially could get washed, I would just do that extra step of securing that with a little hand stitch around the edge. Then we've gone ahead and added a few more little flower embellishments, and this one's like the vine and it's peeking right out from the pocket, so that's really cute. It's just popping out, and that one's even smaller than these original ones. And then on the back pocket, we did a yellow one with a little orange one on top of it. So that all coordinates really nicely and comes together. And then as we decide with the buttons, if we place yellow buttons on here, that pulls the yellow from the center of all the flowers and the flower on the back. And then depending on the strap, if I do a strap that is a braided trim instead of the denim, or I could do some sort of yellow or orange combination and really pull that all together. And then we have a finished pair of overalls that's embellished really cutely and has a very distinct and unique look. Well guys, I think that's it. We have covered the topic of ironing on or hand sewing pre-purchased applique or embroidered designs onto your garments. I hope that you're able to take these tips and techniques and really figure out how to apply this to the items that you're creating. And remember, we'd love to see what you're working on. So use the hashtag PixieFair and share those items with us online.